Yeah, he talked about being straight with your customers, and it sounds like what you're talking about is being that authentic, genuine self, and being your real self with your customers.
100%. It's also giving your customers direction so that they can make decisions to get to the destination, which is partnership with you, which is finding their future successful selves, etc. So one of the questions that I love to ask people when I meet with them, which, by the way, anyone listening right now, if you'd like to get on my calendar to talk about what your future successful self looks like, it's just bridgethom.me. bridgethom.me. You can get on my calendar. We can have a quick chat and we can get you some direction based on where you want your destination to be. So bridgethom.me gets you on my calendar. Anyway, in talking about that, the one question that I ask people, and this will serve anyone listening who is in the Zoom world, who is working with clients, working with anyone, you say, I'm curious, when you thought about us meeting today, what was your thought? Because in asking that, you honor their intention. You honor the space that you are creating together. And then you can give direction to the conversation. See, I do 30-minute meetings because I have noticed that in 30 minutes, you can honor everyone's intention involved. I'm curious, when you thought about us meeting today, what was your thought?
How much time, this is the biggest question that we always get, and I'm sure you get it too. How much time does it take? The people talk about being on social, and the first thing that people say is, I'm busy. I got a life, I got kids, they're in school, they're not in school, all these things going on. How much time does it take to implement a good social media strategy, and where should people start?
Yeah, social media, like anything, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it, of course. But I am a firm believer, and I do a lot of public speaking and writing on the fact that you can master your social media in 20 minutes a day. So a brand, if they have a plan and if they stick to it, I genuinely believe can master their social in 20 minutes a day through the very simple goal of selling. And in this case, SELL is an acronym for share, engage, listen, learn. Those are the 4 things that you need to do on a weekly basis. Share, post content. Engage, literally talk to your audience. Listen is social listening. What is your audience talking about? What are the influencers in your space, the press in your space, your competitors, what are they talking about? And then learn is checking your analytics. Because if you're talking at your audience and not checking your analytics, you're talking at them, you're not talking with them. You have no idea what's working well if you're not checking in. Your audience is regularly telling you what content they like and what content they don't. But if you're not checking your analytics, you're ignoring them. So by doing sharing, engaging, listening, and learning on an ongoing basis, week in and week out, I genuinely believe in 20 minutes a day, you can have a solid social program. Not award-winning, but solid. It keeps the ball rolling. There are other components, of course, that go into it. You have to create systems. Blogging is super important, and we can talk about all that if you'd like. But yeah, those are the 4 pieces that go into day-to-day daily management of a social channel that doesn't make you neglect your kids or your business or your personal health to make sure that your social channels are still moving along.
I can do 20 minutes a day. That's good. I like it.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Do you have one networking tip that you could give everybody today before we sign off?
I got so many, but the one that probably resonates the most is think of networking as being reciprocal, having that give and take. Mm-hmm. Because I attend a lot of events in person, I attend a lot of events online, I host quite a few events, and I think the key thing is when you meet someone, to ask questions about them. Use the form technique: family, occupation, recreation, motivation. And you ask people questions in those different categories, learn more about them, and find out what do they need. How what do they need for their business, or to improve, or to make more money, to be more successful, or to meet the right audience. So I guess the biggest takeaway is focus on helping others first, before you ask for anything in return, and it's amazing how if you focus on helping other people in the room, and even if it's just an introduction or whatever, then all of a sudden people want to help you. Then they're actually knocking themselves over each other to try and help you because you're helping everybody else first. And it's really key because think of all the events that you go to or meet people and they're putting a business card in your face. I mean, like, here, call me. Here's how great I am, and then they walk away. You're like, okay, whatever, It's like, so you got to focus on helping others first, and then everything else kind of falls into place after that.
Awesome. That sounds exciting for me because I'm a female. So you talk about getting caught. Yeah. You talk about getting caught up in the delivery trap, trading dollars for hours. Can you tell us more about that?
So, I mean, I've personally experienced this firsthand. I presume a lot of the people on the show have probably experienced this too. So many business owners, we start our businesses because we're really good at delivering a specific service. In one of my first businesses, I was a communications consultant. In this business, I was a coach. So I had these technical skills and I was good at coaching or prior to that, good at doing communications consulting. And that's what I was paid to do. And so I was really sort of self-employed, exchanging money for services rendered type of thing. And that worked great for a certain amount of time. And then ultimately what I found is that I was starting to get a little bit burnt out. I would sort of market and sell, land a couple of contracts or a couple of clients. And then all of a sudden my calendar was booked serving those clients and doing the delivery work. The contracts would complete. And then I was back on the hamster wheel again, marketing and selling. And so this was really tiring for me at the time. My two sons, they're now 11 and 15. They were a lot younger. They required a lot more time and attention and care, just being very hands-on. And I didn't know how to get out of it. And so I saw that other entrepreneurs were stuck in this delivery trap as well. So one of the things that I started to look at is how business owners get out of that trap. I started looking at what are SaaS founders doing? What are entrepreneurs who have non-service-based businesses doing? And what I saw time and again is that they were investing in assets. They were creating assets and that their businesses were growing through their assets rather than through their labor. And so that's ultimately where I really started to focus my attention, not only in my business, but also in the work that I do with founders.